good place for that.
Hey.
Hi guys, it's Joanne from Joanne's Bath and Body, and I have a special guest with me today. This is my friend Carolyn Routh. She's the lead singer and bass player in a band called Nu-Blu that you've heard me talk about a lot in the last little while. There's the latest t-shirt. Check out the back. All right. Oh. It matches the CD.
It matches the Vagabond CD cover. How about that?
It does. So guess what Carolyn's doing today? She's going to help me make Vagabond soap.
I'm so excited.
Carolyn likes my soap, which makes me excited. And so we're going to use a recipe that she's very fond of.
Yes.
And the fragrances that we're going to use today are going to be a couple of her favorites. So let's get to doing the fragrances. Okay, so now, and 3, 2, 1. So the fragrance that we're going to use today is Carolyn's favorite blend. And why don't you tell me about your blend?
Okay. This is tea tree and lavender and just some jojoba oil as a carrier oil. And this is my go-to oil for blemishes, for minor cuts. Sometimes just when I want to sniff it to make me,
smell
feel
really
a little
good.
bit good.
Mm-hmm.
But this is the thing that I use as my boo-boo healer.
Okay.
And it works really well, and it's safe because it's essential oils, 100% pure essential oils. So you don't have to worry about it. You can use it. You can use it for all kinds of applications.
And since that's her favorite oil, and I happen to have some of it here, we're going to mix it up. So we're going to start with just a base of French lavender. I know, right? French lavender.
Oh.
And this is from Essential Depot, so it's very good quality. And the goal that we're going for here is 2.5 ounces combined.
Okay.
Okay.
You have on your purple shirt.
I do have on my purple shirt.
I have my purple lipstick for the lavender.
And she has a Canadian shirt on.
I
because
do.
I'm Canadian. Right. Okay, so here's some of my lavender. Why don't you put some of your lavender in there too?
My lavender, my good lavender. How much should I put in here? Does it matter? Put a little bit. Tell me when.
This is 10.
Okay, I can't use all my lavender.
Okay, all
This
right.
is all I got.
Well, we have some Bulgarian lavender.
What is
well.
that?
Okay, so we have some Bulgarian lavender as well, and we're going to add that in here. And this is from Paris Fragrances. Right.
Oh, I didn't tell where mine was from.
You didn't.
Mine's doTERRA.
This is a collaboration.
Yeah.
My favorites, her favorites. Okay, and actually, I'm
But
going
they
to add.
all smell good.
I'm going to add the very last of my Bulgarian lavender here.
I feel so special.
All right. Okay. All right, so we got that there. Now what we're going to do is, because it's easy for tea tree oil to overpower the scent of lavender, and in soap, lavender tends to lose its potency as it cures. So we don't want to overpower the lavender with the tea tree. So we're going to slowly add the tea tree and bring it up.
And then smell it.
And then smell it.
I like that.
This is actually going to be like literally a custom blend of my stuff and your stuff and the different fragrances. So I have Desert Essence, 100% Australian tea tree oil.
I like the desert.
We're going to add some of that in here.
I don't have desert in North Carolina.
No, you
So
don't.
I like coming to California and getting to enjoy the desert. The desert's really beautiful.
It is. You'd think it would be
beautiful.
like this dry, barren place,
Yeah.
but there's so many colors, like purples.
Yeah.
Okay.
Purples are always good.
So how about we add some of your...
Oh, some of my doTERRA tea tree oil. Oh,
exactly. Yeah. So we need about another ounce of
I don't know if I got an ounce in this bag. Probably have to add a different kind to get another ounce.
Okay, now let's give it a sniff.
Okay.
And see what we think. So just stir it around.
Oh, that's nice.
Okay, I can smell the tea tree starting to come through, but I can still smell the lavender.
Yeah.
But I think I want to add just a little bit more of both.
Yeah.
Because we don't quite have our whole extra ounce in here yet.
I like a really strong scent in soap.
Okay. Well, we are
I know I'm
using...
difficult.
There are maximum skin-safe usage rates for essential oils, and we are hitting the top end of that.
Yeah.
So
But my skin's really tough.
How about we just add all the lavender? Okay. So what do we think now? We'll give it a stir. I think it could use a little more tea tree.
Probably. I think it's almost to the drinking level.
Almost. Okay. All right. So let's add just a little bit more of the tea tree.
A little bit more tea tree. Yeah.
Okay.
Little tea tree.
That was 1/10 of an ounce more.
Stuff.
Okay, give that a sniff. What do you think? And I know the lavender is really strong in it kind of right now, but remember it's going to fade a
Don't
little.
want to overpower.
Right.
That's nice. That's nice.
Do we need a couple more drops of your tea tree?
Probably not.
Okay.
Joanne, I like that coffee maker. Where'd you get that?
I saw that. I saw that, but that's okay. So we're still under the skin safe allowed amount, so we're good even with
We're
your
good.
extra little sneakies in there. So, so our fragrance is all prepared, and the next thing we're going to do is get the colors ready so that we don't have to worry about it and scramble at the end.
I like that part.
Okay.
I like color. Color.
Okay, so it's time to mix up the colors, and the colors that we're using today are Cosmic Purple Mica from Steph's Micas and More.
See, it matches her shirt and my lips.
It does. And then we are using Groovy Green from bescented.com because, yeah, it goes well with the purple.
Bright. We're both bright.
And check this out. We are putting fairy dust in here. And I don't know if the camera's going to pick this up, but it's still airborne.
That might be my favorite. I like anything that sparkles.
And fairy dust is also from bescented.com. So we're going to mix up our colors first, and we're mixing them in 100% pure. Is it organic? No. It doesn't say organic, but sweet almond oil. Okay, it's non-GMO. Oop. Okay.
I'm glad I moved for that.
I moved it away. So we're just gonna mix a little almond oil in and mix a little almond oil.
It's kind of like a camel. It spits at you.
Kind of does, doesn't it? And some almond oil.
And it farts.
And it farts. Okay, so what we're gonna use to mix these is this cute little mixer right here. So this little mixer you would normally use to froth your coffee.
That's metal. Can't that cut the side of the cups?
It can, but we're gonna be careful.
Okay.
So we're gonna go from lightest to darkest in mixing the colors. So we're just gonna...
It's flying
It's
everywhere.
flying everywhere. And I know that's really thick, but that's okay. Okay,
We're back.
we're back. And so what we're gonna do now is we're gonna mix up our lye solution.
Okay, I'm going to go in here for that.
No, you come back here.
Yes, Mom.
A lot of people are afraid of lye because
I
it
am.
is a caustic substance and it can burn you.
Mm-hmm.
And it can be dangerous, but you learn about things, you learn about the right way of doing things, you learn about the right way of handling things, and it will be just fine.
That's an awful lot of learning in one day.
It's a good thing I already learned it and you just follow directions. Okay, so the first thing we need to do is suit up for safety, and that means we need aprons. So we have aprons
Apron
over
number
here.
1.
And this would be my apron. This is my special apron. So the aprons that I use are PVC coated just to protect my clothes. And that is also PVC coated. That was actually my original apron.
This is the dark side day for me.
Yes, and that's why she got the black one.
Yeah.
Okay, so we both already have eye protection. If you tell me you're my father, I'm going to deny it.
The soap is strong with you, Joanne.
Yes, it is. Okay.
But you are not a Jedi yet.
So the next thing that we're going to need to do is protect our hands. So we're going to wear these. You're going to like this.
I'm all done.
Do you want me to do that up for you?
No, I got it, but thank
Okay.
you.
All right.
Figured I have enough problem tying in front of me, much less trying to tie behind me.
So our hands are going to be in this, okay?
That's what you think.
And they could splash and just bounce up at us. So we're going to protect our hands.
Are you trying to scare me?
No, I'm trying to tell you the safe way of doing this.
Okay, I'm going to take off this watch.
There you go.
Let
Now,
the watch over here
I leave my medic alert bracelet on.
in a safe
but-
spot.
Okay. Now, technically, we should also have long sleeves on, but it's a little warm in here. And we're
Actually,
just
it's
gonna-
not. It's freezing cold. I've had chillbacks all day.
She can't handle the cold.
I can't. That's why I come to California, and it's been cold here the last 2 weeks I've been here.
I know, but the sun is shining today.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Sun is shining today.
Can we go make this outsideness?
No.
I had to ask.
There's no plugs in my trees here. So, and we need electricity. You know what else we need? We need the recipe. So I'll grab my book of secrets.
You don't have that memorized
I
yet?
do have it memorized, but do you know the safest way to be safe? Consistency.
Yes, I know the best way to be safe, but I don't think I need to say that in front of your audience.
Okay, so I keep my book of secrets off to the side in every video because I could get nervous talking in front of a camera. I've never had a guest soaper with me before.
Okay.
So we don't want to make any mistakes, and we want everything to go
Okay.
well. All right, so first thing we're going to add in here into our measuring cup, and this is a recycle number 5 measuring cups, which means that it can handle the lye solution and the
it's
heat.
not glass, it's plastic.
Exactly, because the caustic substance of the lye etches the glass, and it could break over time.
That's
So we use
interesting.
the number 5 or number 2, but 5 is better, recycling in the triangle thing, because it can handle both the heat and the caustic substance of the lye. Blah, blah, blah.
And it's green.
And it's green. It is green. Okay, so first thing we're gonna add is an ounce of salt.
I'm not scared of salt.
No, this is just regular sea salt, and I
Okay.
use the fine sea salt. No iodine in this though. Iodine doesn't work well in this. So we're just gonna measure out an ounce of salt. And we use sea salt because it makes the bars of soap nice and firm. They harden up fast. And that's a good thing because if you've watched any of my videos before, you will have heard me say at least 100 times, a harder bar of soap lasts longer. So there you go. You are taking me in places I have never gone before, Carolyn.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
It will not work on Daniel.
Okay,
Okay.
let's make soap. Whew. Getting hot in here now, isn't it?
I got some editing to do tonight.
I don't think so. No. I agreed to do this. We're going to do the whole shebang.
All
We
right.
don't edit my interviews. We have to get the full Monty here.
Okay. So the next thing, I'm just going to keep right on going because we're going back to that place right after I say this. The next thing we're going to add is sodium lactate. Sodium lactate is derived from the sugars of certain vegetables and fruits.
Okay.
Okay, and it's a byproduct. We add sodium lactate because it makes a harder bar. And a harder bar lasts longer.
What is it with you with the harder bars? I don't get this.
Come on, you're married. Okay, so we're gonna mix this over here into grams, and I'm gonna add the grams I need. Oh, I added 2 more grams. It's gonna be a little harder than usual. All right, we're leaving that alone now. We're gonna give Carolyn a moment to compose herself.
I'm good.
All right.
I'm good. It's all good.
Okay,
It's all good.
we're gonna tear the scale. That just means put it back to 0 regardless of what's already on there. And we're going to add,
Something in a little white bottle.
isn't this the cutest little jug you've ever seen?
It is. It's a little jug.
It's a little jug. It's silk.
If you take the top off and empty, can you blow in?
No,
Oh.
it's a soprano.
Oh, okay. I was just thinking about the darlings.
Yeah, it's a soprano. Okay, so this is silk. And we're adding silk.
I like silk.
I know. 'Cause
Silk is good.
Oh, I'm so close. I need 5.
Can you do it? Can you do it? Oh, not quite.
Bloop.
Not.
Yay!
Oh, yes. Right on 5.
Okay.
You've done this before.
I have done this once or twice. So we add silk because it just makes a nice creamy bar.
Don't say it's a hard
I'm
bar
not,
again.
it makes a silky lather.
Okay.
And I get the silk.
Lather is good.
Lather is good.
Lather
You
is
like
good.
lather.
I love lather.
Exactly.
Love lather.
That's why you like this
Like
recipe.
lathery soap. I
So,
can see it working.
so that's why we add silk. I also add silk to my shampoo bars.
I
Two
haven't
different
tried
types.
those yet,
I know.
but I've heard wonderful things about them.
I love my shampoo bars. Okay, so the next thing we're gonna add is the water. Okay, and we're going to add a whole bunch of water. And the reason we're adding the water before the lye,
Now, is this just ordinary tap water, or is it a distilled water, or a purified water?
you can use purified water. If you have like well water, don't use that because there's a lot of minerals and a lot of in there.
Could react.
Could react, exactly. My water has none of that. We tested it when we were playing around with the water levels in the pool, so I know the contents of the water. If you don't know the contents of your water from the municipality or your well water, you'll want to use
What should the
distilled.
pH be in the water?
Neutral, 7.
Hardness?
I don't know. Okay, let's get
I
this
finally got her on one.
345. Oh, too much water. That's okay.
You just
All right.
ruined my soap.
I did not, because we're going to add even more water later.
Okay.
And then after that,
Okay.
we're going to add even more water.
Okay, I'm going to trust you on this.
Okay.
I'll let it go this time. Don't let it happen again.
Okay. So here's where the lye comes in. So
Our studio audience today is enjoying this.
I know, right? Studio audience today is my next door neighbor and good friend Kelly. And she's just over there on the couch making notes and doing, some work that she's got to do. And she's cracking up. And I don't blame her. Okay, so now we gotta get serious for a moment because this is the stuff that makes it a little dangerous. Now
Serious face.
I am going to push this away from me because I don't want to inhale the fumes, and there will be fumes.
Okay.
Okay, but I also don't want it to be so far away that I could splash.
Okay.
So we want to add the lye into the water rather than the water into the lye because we can control the amount of lye that's in here.
Not if you're pouring because you keep going past your number.
I'm not going past my number, it was
Okay.
just water.
Okay.
Okay. But if we add the water to the lye,
I'm
we've
being
got,
serious.
me too.
Okay.
We have a super concentration of lye with just a little bit of water, and that could cause an explosion. It could cause a very bad
Let's
reaction.
not do that.
So that's why we add the lye to the water. Just think, snow on the lake. That's how you remember it. All right, so let me hit tear.
I'm from North Carolina. I don't get to see snow on lakes very often.
All
I
right,
don't think I've ever seen snow on a lake except in pictures. Is that a Canadian thing?
it could be. Lakes
I
freeze.
like Canada. I like Canada.
Me too. Okay, so I need to add. See, and you'll be able to see here in just a second.
Yeah, I can see really good from back here.
Okay, you can be back there if you
Okay.
like, but you'll start to see that it starts to steam, and that steam is where the fumes are.
Okie dokie.
And I'm shaking the bottle to keep down the static so that I don't have like random lye crystals coming out. All right, so we're at 34.
I'm getting down here because the fumes will go up.
They will go up.
So if I'm down here, maybe they'll totally miss me.
They will miss you. Okay. So I will immediately put the lids back on the lye.
Gee,
Now
that's
watch.
worse than chlorine.
It almost is. Okay, now watch.
I'm watching. I'm watching from afar.
Right now, this water temperature went from about 90 degrees to 212 degrees in about 6 seconds time. Look,
I see it. I
So-
see the steam.
here's our digital thermometer, and you saw that was just room temperature water.
Wow.
Current temperature is 174 degrees.
I didn't know lye would do that.
179 degrees. 179 and a half degrees.
See, my son would love this. He's all into chemistry.
Okay, so it's still going up and up and up. So what we're gonna do, see how it's cloudy?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that just means that the sodium lactate, the salt, the silk, and the lye, they're all emulsifying with the lye or with the water, sorry. And as it cools down, the liquid will start to clarify.
That's a good way to tell.
Okay, so I don't feel anything stuck to the bottom or the sides. We're not going to use this spatula for anything other than this lye solution.
Okay.
Okay, and we're going to move the lye solution behind us to the middle of the stove. Carefully. Okay.
What happens if you pour that in the eye of the stove?
My husband will divorce me, and you'll have to dig my body out from underneath something in the backyard. So we're going to let that there, and I've turned on the exhaust fan so all the fumes will go up.
Thank you.
All right. So that's about it. We need to let the lye sit and cool and come down to around 100 degrees Fahrenheit, and that's going to take some time. But that's okay because we still have oils to mix.
Okay.
So let's get to that next. Okay.
Coming right up.
Coming right up.
We're gonna mix oils. And I'm not afraid of those.
Okay. No. So now it's time to measure out.
I got scolded. I'm gonna be good now.
Oh, no, you didn't. That's only because she doesn't know any soapy songs. How can a musician not know any soapy songs?
I don't sing soapy songs. I sing sappy songs sometimes, but never
No?
soapy songs.
I think we all sing sappy songs, yeah. Okay. Well, I know a soapy song. A song my dad used to sing to us when I was a little kid.
Can you remember back that far?
I almost can. She's older than I am, just so you know. All right. And it was, the song goes, I wish there was a little sip of Coke. I wish there was a little sip of Coke. If any of my cousins are watching this, I know they're singing along now. I go slippery, slippery, slippery down. Everybody's chirpy. Oh, I wish there was a little sip of Coke. But the soapy part, I wish there was a little bar of soap. I wish there was a little bar of soap. I go slippy, slippy, slidey over everybody's hidey. Oh, I wish there was a little bar of soap.
Heidi, what's that? Could have a lot of different
Hi.
meanings.
I know, but it was my dad, and he was singing to little kids.
What are
It
you
had
trying
a
to
good
hide?
meaning.
What are you trying to hide that
It
you
was a
need to wash?
good meaning. All right, there's nothing to hide there. My daddy was awesome. All right, so I need 46 grams of beeswax, and this is beeswax that I get from a local beekeeper in Sacramento. These came from Mark Pete and his bees. So, ooh, look at that, so close. One square is so close. So we'll just take some of these little scraps here. And we're gonna get this all the way up to 46 grams. Does it freak you out that I'm measuring in grams? And not
No,
ounces?
because I can see the numbers right there. So I don't have to convert anything because the scale's doing it for me.
Exactly. So I use grams not only because I'm Canadian.
You got that one right.
I did.
Perfect.
I get a lot of things
Perfect.
right. But I also use grams because 1 little gram is so much tinier than like 1/10 of an ounce or, you know, a decimal point for an ounce. So that's why I like grams.
You use grams because you're Canadian. Don't try.
Well, there's that too. I did say that. Okay, so this is cocoa butter. This is a brand new supplier for cocoa butter for me. I've not used them before, but I really like the way it smells. I got this
it
from
smells so good.
Pure Vine Products on eBay. Cocoa butter for some reason has been so expensive lately. It's like $10 a pound.
Wow.
I know, it's crazy.
And even though it's so expensive, she hasn't gone up on the price of her soap.
I haven't. I just source a cheaper, not cheap as in quality, but cheap as in price, place to get it. Okay, so we're just going to take out of here 137 grams of these chunks of cocoa butter. Okay, so let's set the cocoa butter aside.
See if
We've
you
got
do it a
that.
third time.
Third time's a charm. Okay, so now we're using
Or
palm
three
oil.
strikes and you're out.
No, third time's a charm. So we're using palm oil in here. Palm oil is solid at room temperature. Almost that kind of palm oil. Now, there's a big controversy over using palm oil. It has not been responsibly sourced over the years.
Oh.
And so nowadays there are movements to try and be more responsible about it and take care of our orangutans and other animals that live in those environments, as well as not stripping the environment while harvesting. So the palm oil that I get is from Essential Depot, and they certify that their palm oil is not only responsibly sourced, but sustainably sourced.
Fancy palm oil.
It's good, responsible palm oil. Have to be careful when you're measuring your oils and whatnot, because when I calculated the recipe, there's only enough lye in this recipe that will turn a certain amount of each type of oil into soap. So if I don't have enough of the oil for the lye to turn into soap, I'm going to have lye left in this when I'm done. We don't want lye left in this when we're done. Soap made properly has no lye in it at the end of the process.
Did Granny Clampets have lye still in it?
I bet you it did, because remember, some of that soap was reported to like eat the hide right off of you, right?
Yeah.
Okay, last oil that's going in is coconut oil.
So like.
All right.
I'm just going to throw this in. Coconut oil is also the only thing that I ever use to take my makeup off with.
It's very good for that.
It's awesome. You just rub a real thin layer on your face, your eyes, whatever. It's not going to burn, sting your eyes. It's not going to do any damage to your skin. And rub that on there, and then take a nice warm washcloth, wash it all off, and it's a makeup remover and a moisturizer all at the same time.
Yeah. Yeah, coconut oil is amazing for your skin everywhere on your body.
Not
All right.
gonna go there.
Don't go there. We went there already.
The moment has passed.
Yep. Okay.
233.
Uh-huh.
See, 33 is my number.
It is.
Actually, anything with a 3 in it. 3 is like my number.
Okay.
Yeah. So
All
this
right.
must be my lucky coconut oil.
This is your lucky badge. Remember, this is your
Okay.
badge. You asked for it and you made the requirements.
Yes.
Okay, so what we're gonna do before we measure anything else into here is we're gonna put this into the crock pot.
Okay.
And we're gonna turn it on high, and we're gonna let all of these oils melt down into a liquid. And when that happens, then we will add our oils that are liquid at room temperature, and we'll get that process done.
Alrighty.
Yay! So we'll be back in a little bit. Bye.
Noisy.
Yeah, I think the studio is gonna be noisy for this segment. All right, so welcome back. We are at the stage where now all of our hard oils are melted and the beeswax is melted. And now we need to add our soft oils.
All right.
All right.
So
So
these gonna splash?
these are not gonna splash.
Okay.
But just in case.
Just in case.
Just in case.
I'm not worried about this. I'm worried about this.
This is beautiful.
Like the new lips.
The new lips. You have to pay attention to that.
Yep. Pay
That'll be
attention to the
important.
lips.
Okay.
It's gonna match the soap.
So the first thing we're gonna do is put in a blend of avocado and hemp oil. Okay.
Sounds yummy.
So the reason we're doing a blend is because I'm very, very low on avocado oil,
Okay.
but
So you're cheating
the
again.
sap value of the hemp oil is the same as the sap value of the avocado oil, which means that both of these oils need the same amount of lye to turn them into soap.
And they're both very nourishing.
They are both very nourishing. So we're gonna start with the avocado, and I think it's gonna be like just a little bit more than half and half.
Now, are those California grown avocados?
I don't know, are they?
Probably not.
Just says made from 100% avocados. I don't know what else you put
Doesn't
in
say what they
avocado
come
oil,
from.
but it might. It's non-GMO.
Made in the USA with avocado from Mexico.
There you go. All right, now we're gonna give the hemp oil just a little bit of a shake. This is organic, cold pressed hemp oil, so it may have just a little bit of organics in it, and I love the color this is gonna come out. So we need a total of that many grams.
Oh, this smells so good over
Doesn't
here.
it though? It smells like melted chocolate.
Very nice. Chocolate coconut.
Yes. There we go.
You're making a Mounds bar.
I could be. We could do that.
Ooh.
We could do that.
Ooh.
Okay. So now, here, this will be your job.
Oh, I get to do
You
something.
take this and carefully pour it into the hot oil.
I don't stir it first?
Oh, you can, if you want to.
It's all broken up. I need to stir it.
All right.
It's my OCD.
We don't want broken avocados.
No, it's my OCD. Okay.
So that just goes straight into the pot. And the reason that we pour it into the measuring cup first is just in case we over pour
So we can measure
something. Then we measure each liquid oil. Now it's easy to pull out a solid chunk of something because it hasn't melted into it yet. It's not quite so easy to pour out liquid or pull out liquid.
Good to the last.
Yay! All right, so the next oil we're gonna do is castor oil.
Ugh.
And I know, but we're not gonna drink it.
Ooh.
We're not. It's not like it when we were little and our mamas would make us drink this.
I'm not that old. My mama never made me drink castor oil.
You were so lucky. Anyway, castor oil helps sustain bubbles in lather.
Okay.
So it
So it helps my bubblies.
helps your bubbles.
Good, because I like bubblies.
And we need a bit of this.
Our studio audience has increased.
It has.
Kelly told everybody what a good time she had during the first half of the show. So now we have a larger studio audience
I have a live
participating.
audience. Yeah. All right, that goes back to 0. You did good.
Ah,
There you go.
0, 2 times in a row.
2 times in a row. Okay, so the next thing we're gonna add is olive oil. So when I'm making cold processed soap, I use a lot of olive oil because that makes it
Olivey.
olivey. But I use less in the hot process because I want the benefits of all these other oils, so I needed to make room for it. All right, so we'll add that
There
in.
you go, there's an odd number.
There's not a number.
Okay.
So we'll leave that. Then the last oil that we're going to use is sweet almond oil, and it is the same oil that we mixed our colors in earlier.
Okay.
Mhm.
This is much thinner than the other oils.
It is, the castor oil is really thick, like honey. And you'd think that that would be the oil that gets saponified the most, that the lye eats the most of, but really it isn't. That surprised me.
I'll tell you an interesting story about castor oil.
Okay?
Before my first son was born,
Mm-hmm.
it was getting real close to time and it wasn't fast enough for me, so I tried the castor oil thinking that, you know, the old wives' tale thing maybe would work. It didn't.
It didn't. It never does.
That castor oil only did one thing,
Cleaned you out?
and I was not happy about
Oh,
it
I
at the time.
didn't think so. You were probably happy about it during the occasion, though. All right. 46.
That's not an odd number.
It's not. You're
We're
gonna
back
like
to
that.
evens.
2 evens.
Whew.
Okay. Here, I'll do this one.
Okay, you do that one.
Okay. So we're gonna dump this one in, and
Okay.
because it's almond oil.
Apparently, I did not do as good of a job as I should have dumping oil.
No,
She took my job away from me.
That's not it.
I only
It's
got to do it
because
2 times.
it's almond oil.
Only if I ingest it.
Well, I don't know if you're gonna lick your fingers. This is all
Ooh,
food.
no.
This is all food grade oil, so you never know.
Now you're on the licking stuff.
We do a lot here. Okay. So for the moment, we're done with this. This can go in the
Okay.
sink. All right. And those are all of our soft oils. So we're just going to give this just a few seconds to blend in together. Yep. so that the hard oils can reduce in temperature and the soft oils come up a little bit. And we will be right back.
Welcome back.
Welcome back. I always make sure that it's her smiling face you see when I hit the button. Okay, so the next thing we're gonna add is our dry additives.
Okay.
So the first one is kaolin clay.
Okay.
Right.
Here, I'll open.
You open.
You measure.
Okay, so we don't
In
need
case
to
I
be
mess up.
quite as precise with our kaolin clay.
It smells kind of nice.
So we need about 2 heaping tablespoons.
Okay.
Okay, and we're just gonna knock that in.
We done?
Put the lid on, we done. So kaolin clay adds slip. And you know how some things, it drags on your skin like this, right? This allows the bar to just slide right.
Oh,
Slide right over.
slippery.
Next thing we need is colloidal oatmeal. Colloidal oatmeal has been ground up so fine that it actually dissolves in water. Okay, sides.
Oh, I thought it was a little flip
And the
top.
other sides.
Good gracious.
They make them childproof,
4 sides.
right?
4.
That's so that the colloidal oatmeal stays fresh.
It's like trying to open a Christmas present with too much Scotch tape.
Almost. But it stays fresh. All right, so there's our 2 heaping tablespoons
Okay.
of colloidal oatmeal.
I'll sit this over here.
Yes. Okay, so now we need our immersion blender that I left all the way over
Oh,
there.
but look.
Do you see what color it is?
It's purple.
It's a purple, and today is a purple day.
I'm a little disappointed that you got that little pink mixing thing
Well,
instead of a purple one.
the purple one has its own purpose. The
Purple purpose?
purple purpose
Purple purpose.
does. So the pink is bigger. That's the only difference.
Okay,
The blue
okay.
one fits in smaller container.
You're gonna splatter, I'm gonna stand back here.
No splatters. So I'm gonna just put this in here and I'm gonna tap, tap, tap it so that all the air comes out from underneath the immersion blender. You would not know she's older than me, would you? Kay, but she looks so cute. Okay, so we're gonna tap, 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 and we'll get as many of the air bubbles out there as we can.
Okay, tap it,
And
tap it.
then just give it a couple little zhuzhes, and we're gonna mix those clay.
Zhuzhes?
Zhuzh, it's a
Zhuzh.
technical term.
Zh-
You didn't know that.
I didn't.
So we'll mix in the clay and the oatmeal.
Whoop, I still see oatmeal on
I
top.
still see some, yep, but I don't want to splash. So I pulse it.
Okay, I'll get that fixed up to splash.
And this is, I see you. I see you
Little
right
horns.
there.
Okay.
Okay, and just to give you an idea on why we pulse it and not like bzzz and let it go full blast, this is currently 182 degrees. So that's pretty warm.
Okay.
All right, we're gonna let that just sit for a minute. I am gonna turn this down to low. It's been on high all this time because it takes a while to melt the beeswax. Okay, and while this is just sitting there off to the side, we are gonna move over here. And over here, we're gonna start preparing the additives that we're going to make, or we're going to add
There we
later
go.
on. Okay, so I'm just gonna put this down here like this. Okay, so we have 2 different kinds of additives that we're gonna add to this. One is water-based, and the other one is oil-based. So we've got our soft oils, our hard oils, and our clay and oatmeal.
And our scary lie.
And now we're adding the scary lie.
Yes.
Which isn't so scary. It's not so scary. Okay.
Hey, look, before you pour
Okay.
that lie,
So let's add the lye solution.
I'll stand over here while you add the lie.
And I'm just going to pour it onto my stick blender just to keep it from splashing back because it's got like nice round surface. At this point, we're going to take our cute little purple.
Oh, we're using
Cute
the
little
purple one.
And we're going to add the first bunch of coconut milk. Okay. I have no idea if I'm covering up the entire camera with my big old hand.
You're not. I can still see the mixture.
Okay, good. Second set of eyes is always good. Okay, so we're gonna set that aside. Give this a stir. See, now it's really thick, like a really thick
tell.
gravy. We're just going to run it around the edges. We're going to clean up the sides just a little bit. And we're going to put the lid on this and let it cook for about 5 minutes.
Okay.
Okay, and when we come back, this is going to be so thick that the silicone spatula won't even go through it.
Ah.
All right, so lid
Sounds
on.
like a neat trick.
The time is, all right. So we'll bring you back sooner, and we're gonna put the camera on pause. We'll bring you back sooner if anything exciting happens.
Great.
Otherwise, we'll be back in 5 minutes. Stir, and it's starting to get a little bit on the thicker side, and that's good. That's what we want. Everything is going the way we want.
Good. It's gonna be good soap.
It is gonna be good soap.
You're gonna make soap great again.
Soap was great before, just nobody knew it. All right, so we'll knock that back down in there, and we're gonna get this another 5 minutes.
So while we're waiting on that, what inspired you to start making soap?
So I started making soap when TJ, my husband, was going through treatment for cancer. And he had to have radiation every day from his chin to his chest.
Ah.
Oh, you're going to change the camera
I
angle.
am.
Okay. So while he was going through that, he was burned from chin to chest because they treated his cancer very aggressively. Thank God they did, because he's 2 years in remission now. But so I was asking the radiology technicians and the oncologists, you know, what can I do to help him keep this area clean? Because even just plain old water would sting and burn. The skin was so irritated. And I told her, you know, we usually use Irish Spring. Irish Spring is amazing soap. I love the way it smells, but it's actually not soap. And I didn't know that. Irish Spring is a detergent bar, just as is
Oh.
Dove and Ivory, and anything that has a synthetic detergent in it isn't actually a soap. And
See, I just learned something. Major, I just learned something.
So that's why you see on the boxes beauty bar, or what's another one? Cleansing bar or facial bar, right?
Okay.
So anyway, the radiology technologist has recommended a natural soap. And I thought, well, we already use soap. And so she was explaining the difference between an actual handmade soap using organic products and to keep things as pure as possible. Mm-hmm. And so I reached out to a couple soap makers, one of them being a woman named Holly. She has a company called Missouri River Soap Company. And I started purchasing her soap, and it was working on TJ's skin, not to clear up the burns, not to make it look any better. Mm-hmm. But the part that was working was that when I used our regular soap or detergent bar on his skin, it would immediately flare up red and get like it sting and burn and
angry.
Exactly, angry. So when I was using the handmade soap that Holly made, those violent reactions in his skin were a lot less violent. So it's still, like I said, even in just water would hurt. But to gently cleanse the area and then gently rinse it away, it was the best thing that we could do. Now, I didn't mind spending the $8 for a bar of soap because I was getting a quality product that did exactly what we wanted it to do. But, I'm ordering it through the mail, and I probably don't want to discourage people from ordering from my website, but the thing is, I knew that I personally enjoyed the results on my own dry diabetic skin that I was getting by using the same soap as he was. So I asked Holly if she would help me if I got stuck, not give me your recipe, not tell me what to do.
Yeah.
And she said, oh, absolutely. And so when I got stuck, when I was doing my research and I was learning and I was trying to figure out how all of this gets done, she did help me out. I still buy from her because I appreciate that so much. And she makes great soap.
Yeah.
But I learned how to make it myself, and then I learned how to make it a little better and a little better and a little better, and now I formulate my own recipes.
Oh.
I formulate my own products based on the ingredients and what I've learned about the ingredients and how they work with the skin and what they do and all kinds of things. So yeah, that's why I think my products, I'm not saying they're superior or that anyone else's is inferior. My products are a little bit different because they're formulated to make me happy first with my dry diabetic skin living in California, and then after that to make everyone else happy.
Well, it's definitely a formula that's working because I've tried numerous varieties of your soap, and I have loved every one. And another thing, other than the nourishment to your skin, this soap doesn't make you feel dried out in any way when you use it. It doesn't give you that clean but dry feeling. I don't feel like I have to go put lotion on.
Exactly.
After I wash my hands or after I wash my face. I don't have that tugging or pulling on skin when I wash my face.
It doesn't get tight.
Just feels clean and fresh, and it lasts. I am so amazed at how it lasts. The bar of the honeysuckle that I got from you, I think it was either early August, the last time that we were in California.
Yeah.
I used that soap until Christmas, and that is my sink soap. That's the soap at my bathroom sink that I use multiple times a day. So it's
and the honeysuckle smells so pretty.
Oh, it does. It's just an incredible product for all that it is and all that it does, and it's very economical because it lasts so long.
Yeah.
Most people might think $7-8 for a bar of soap. That's kind of much, but if you divide it out over the amount of time that you're using it, and you combine that with how good the soap is and how good it makes your skin feel, then it's a win-win.
I know Kelly, who's part of our studio audience today, She had a bar of soap that, it was a smaller bar, just like your original honeysuckle soap was. And it lasted her almost 7 months. And that's from, again, just about daily use. It was the Frankenstein soap.
Oh.
Yeah. And so TJ and I, we have, see how creamy that's getting and how
I'm going to
thick?
get back when you're doing that. I was just holding the crock pot so it wasn't moving around because the mixture's so thick now.
So TJ and I, we go through a bar of soap in our shower with both of us using it daily. And maybe one bar will last 3 weeks.
Okay.
But that's 2 people using it daily. So I'm pretty happy with that.
Well, your body's a lot more ground to cover than just your hands.
That's true. Very true.
For 5 months.
So that's your sink soap at home. Now, you're out touring right now, from North Carolina to California. You've been to Mexico. How about the soap that you use on the bus?
I take it with me. I've got this cute little soap holder, one of those little cheapy plastic things that you buy for nothing at Walmart. And I carry my soap with me. And well, this particular trip, I've got not really the remnants, but the bars that I've got now, I've actually got 2 in there because they're really small. I've had them since August too. And so I'm just dealing with slivers now, but I've kind of got both of them stuck together. One of them's the black roses, and the other was the blue and the black and the white. I forgot which scent that was.
I don't even remember which one.
It was kind of swirled. It was really a pretty soap, and it smells heavenly. So I've got those on the bus now. I carry them with me everywhere I go.
Which one?
I travel with your soap. You get to go all over the country with me.
That's awesome. I wish I could go all over the country with you, but at least my soap is going.
Anytime, but you got to bring soap with you. That's all I'm saying.
Well, I think I can manage to spare a couple bars. All right, so we are at the next stage. So if you look at this, it kind of looks like over-whipped mashed potatoes.
Looks kind of gloppy. Honey, if I had mashed potatoes that were that color, I would throw them in the trash.
Okay, have you ever seen me cook?
No.
Okay, well this is how I would equate my over-whipped mashed potatoes with too much
butter.
Too much butter,
yeah.
Exactly. And it looks like this. Okay, so this is the exact stage we want to be in, and this is working out perfectly. See, it coats the spoon. It kind of looks a little gloopy. That was a good word. Okay, so what we're going to do now is I'm going to actually turn the crock pot off because it's pretty much done cooking. So at this point, all of the lye has been cooked out of the soap, or sorry, cooked out of the batter and turned into soap. That's what I meant to say. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab that first container of additives that we whipped up together. And these are the water-based additives.
Okay.
All right.
I don't remember what those were, but I know they're important.
So the water-based additives were like the sugar, and we added a little bit of water, and yogurt, and coconut cream, and the honey. So while the soap batter was going through all of its changes and stages through the applesauce stage to here, I put this in the microwave. Because we don't want to add cold things to hot things because that causes seizures and shocks and everything's going to just start going squirrely and crazy. So squirrel. So y'all need to go watch the movie Up to understand that. Anyway, so we add all of our additives warm, at least over 80 degrees.
Okay.
Okay. So like I said, I've turned the heat off. I've mixed this in.
It's walking. I'll hold it so it doesn't walk.
My arm's getting tired. But I think this is mixed in pretty well. It looks like it's mixed. And I'm not seeing like any milk solids or honey in there. So what we're going to do is we're just going to let that rest and let the acids from the coconut cream and from the yogurt go to work to loosen up this batter just a little bit more and to help us move on into the next stage. So we're going to put the video on pause and we're going to let this rest for the last 5 minutes.
Yay!
Okay.
It's almost soap, y'all.
Nighty night.
That's great. I about turned it over.
That's okay.
It was sticky. I don't think it would have come out.
All right, so we added our water-based additives. Now we're
Okay.
going to add our oil-based additives, which we call super fat. See how dark that got?
Mm-hmm.
So that got dark because of the honey.
Okay.
So the honey caramelizes a little bit. And do you notice when I pull it up a little bit like this, on the edges, it's starting to look like Vaseline?
Yeah.
And that would be why they call this the Vaseline stage.
Interesting names for stages.
Right? So I'm going to mix in our super fats. Our super fats are all of the extra oils that we add above and beyond the recipe. And these don't get turned into soap. They just stay free floating in the bar.
That's what keeps you all moist after you wash.
It is. So a lot of this, the main portion of this was shea butter. You know how much I love shea butter.
You and me both.
But we also had like the vitamin E and the jojoba, the lanolin, and that was it, the shea butter. All right, so mix, mix, mix. Now we're gonna leave this for another few minutes.
Okay.
Okay, with the lid on, and when we come back, this is gonna be all mostly semi-translucent.
When we come back, folks, this will be mostly semi-translucent.
You say that so much better than me. My videos are going to be so boring when you guys leave.
Mine are just more southern.
All right, let's pop the lid on and give it another 5. Okay, so now we get to do the fun part. Now our soap has turned into soap. Our batter is completely turned into soap. See how it looks like Vaseline?
Uh-huh.
That means it's done. So everything that we needed to add to this just to make it soap has been added.
Okay.
Now we get to play with fragrance and we get to play with color.
Yay!
Okay.
That's the best part.
So we're going to make this into
Let's
3
cut
different
it to
colors. This first one, and I know
Okay.
I just left the camera blank.
That's okay. We're still here. Spirit fingers.
Spirit fingers. Okay. All right. So we're going to set that aside.
Okay.
Now we're going to pick this up a little.
All right.
And we have 1, 2, and 3.
Hello again. I missed you.
Let's move this over a little closer to you. Okay, so in the one here, we're going to add, do you want to add the fairy dust?
Just over here.
Okay.
So far away.
Okay, so in this first one, let's add the fairy dust.
Okay.
You get to pour that in.
Oh, goody.
And you can even use
Very thick.
the little purple
I can use the
spatula.
little purple one. I'm excited now.
All right, and just dump the whole thing in.
Okay. Okay. Dump in the fairy dust.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this is gonna be so pretty. Okay, let me scrape it. I don't want to miss
Scrapey,
any.
scrapey.
Because this is so pretty. We don't need to miss any at all. All needs to go in the soap. Yeah. If I can get it in the soap. I am not fond of paper cups. They are not my friend.
But they get the job done.
I know. I mean, sometimes you just gotta suck it up and use paper cups.
Right, and it is better than plastic.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, look at this spatula.
Ooh, so let's set these two aside. Okay, and I'm gonna bring this over.
Look, I found some more.
You found some more, yay!
Found some more.
Nothing goes to waste.
Nothing.
All right, so let's bring this over. I'm just gonna whip, whip, whip.
Got some on the edge, then on the bottom. Look.
Mm-hmm.
I'm the backseat stirrer.
Up from the bottom to the top. And whip, whip, whip. Now see how this is
Whip
getting,
it.
this is starting to look like bubble gum a little
Whip it
bit, right?
good. You remember that song too.
I do. You see how it's starting to look like bubble gum?
Uh-huh.
Okay, I want this to be just a little bit more fluid than that.
Okay.
And the more I beat it, the cooler it gets, and then the more firm the batter gets.
So you're just adding warm water.
Just adding warm water.
Okay.
See how it's starting to bubble?
Yep.
Now that's a sign that we made good soap. Okay, and we need to add just a little bit more titanium dioxide. So I'm gonna grab our container of premix here, which I'm pretty much out of. Thought I made enough in advance. This will also lighten up as the water dissolves out of it. So it's not going to stay this cream color, well, this deep of a cream color. It's going to lighten up a little more. Probably won't be snow white,
Aww.
but it'll be a nice cream color.
Okay. I'll only be a little disappointed then.
All right. Get the bottoms.
As long as it smells good.
It's gonna smell
You
amazing.
take the color you get sometimes as long as it smells really good.
Speaking of which, let's add about a third of it in now. Mix that all in. Oh, can you smell it?
Mm-hmm.
I smell a lot of lavender right now. But the tea tree will come out as it cools.
Oh, it smells so good.
Doesn't that smell good? All right, so I think that we've pretty much got it all mixed up.
Looks like cake batter.
It does, doesn't it? We're gonna pour this right into our mold here. This mold I got from Essential Depot. Okay, so I think I'm gonna put that much in. Okay. All right, we're just gonna let that rest in there for a moment.
Okay.
We're gonna give this a shimmy, shimmy, shake. And now what color do you wanna do next?
Let's do that. Look, is there any way to swirl that in like when you pour it into the mold?
I will.
Oh,
With
so
hot
excited.
process, it's a little bit different than the nice fine swirls that we get in the cold process. All right, let's do purple next.
We'll save the bright crazy color for last.
We're just gonna dump the whole darn thing
Hey, you want me to
Oh.
use this? Little one, little baby spatula.
in. I just wanted to play with the fairy dust.
Well, that's got fairy dust in it too.
It does.
Oh, so pretty.
And I know it looks blue right now, but wait till I start mixing.
Okay. You know, patience is not my thing, right?
I understand.
I'm not good with patience.
The good thing is, if this isn't as purple as you wanted, we have more. All right. So we're gonna mix and mix, mix and mix. Okay, and I am gonna add just a little bit more warm water. Okay. And if you could grab that package of purple mica, please.
Okay.
Because it's not always an exact science how much you need to use. And I'm thinking you want this to be a little more purple than this.
Yeah. I'm gonna add just a little bit of a lighter purple
We can add
to
purple.
balance it out.
Yep,
We can do a mixture of purple.
we actually could. Okay, so let's give this a swirl.
Let's see if I'm any good at opening this. Oh,
I wasn't any good at
there
opening
you
it.
go.
All right, so this is
I have
Royal
purple fingers
Brilliance
now.
mica.
Purple fingers.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh. We've got somebody from the studio audience saying just dump the whole thing in.
Not the whole thing. Oh my goodness. All right, so now we're gonna mix this in here, and I know it looks like it's gonna go poof, but we're gonna let our fragrance,
Thin it
our
out.
essential oils, thin it out.
Yeah.
And give it a good stir. Okay, let's give this a stir. Good, that's not thickening up at all. All right, so just like the white is going to go a little lighter, this purple is going to go a little more purple. Okay. As it cures. Okay. All right. So let's add some of this on top of that. We're just gonna go ploop, 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 ploop. Another technical term.
Ploop,
Okay. Ploop.
ploop, ploop.
I know it looks kind of brown. I know. And she's sitting there going, that's not the color that I thought it was gonna be. But hang on. Just hold tight.
Okay, I trust you.
All right, so now we have
Now
our
we have a
ruby
bright
green.
green.
That is groovy green. Okay. Before I mix this all in, I'm going to,
Oh wow.
right? That is
Look,
bright green.
Look, make sure you can see this really good. Look at that.
Brains. Okay, I'm gonna give this a swirl, and I'm gonna give this one a swirl. And now let's mix this up. Woo. Look at that.
Oh wow.
Swamp monster, right?
Wow.
Swamp monster.
That's insane. Absolutely insane.
Yeah, it is gonna die down a little bit. Okay.
That sound you hear is our props master cleaning up
Right?
in the background.
While we're filming.
Yes.
In his own little bubble over there. Totally oblivious. Okay. So, let's get the fragrance mixed
Yummy.
in.
That's the best part.
Yes.
The fragrance is the best part.
Oh, smell that. Smell that.
Oh my goodness.
Right? And as it hits the warm batter, it just releases even
Wow.
more intense fragrance. Okay.
Oh, Oscar the Grouch. That's who was that color.
Yes! Oscar the Grouch was this color. Maybe he still is. I haven't watched Sesame Street in decades.
I hadn't either.
Oh, I shouldn't have said decades. I should have said years. All right, let's put the green
You just told on yourself.
on top of, oh, it looks like slime, right? Okay, let's put that on top of there. And I think to this little bit that's left here, I'm going to add just a splash of water. Okay. And mix that up. And I know it doesn't look like much yet, but hang on. Be patient.
I'm a hanging. I am a hanging.
Be patient, please.
I'm a hanging, and I'm trying to get away from you in case you splatter.
It's just so. Okay, so I'm gonna bang this down to try and get out any air bubbles.
Okay.
Okay, and now I'm gonna put another layer of white on top. I know it doesn't look white right now, but
It'll be white.
it'll be
White
lighter.
enough.
Okay, so let's add that on there and clean this up. And you know, y'all notice that we're not wearing gloves anymore, and that's because this is just soap. There's no more active lye in this.
Just mushy soap.
It's just mushy soap. So all of this moosh needs to be cured out of it. And that's part of the reason why we wait and cure soap, even the hot process soap that gets cooked, even though the saponification has already happened.
Now you're using big fancy words that I don't understand.
Saponification just means that the oils and the lye and the water have all come together to turn into soap.
Oh. Wouldn't it be simpler to just say they're all mixed together now?
They would, but then the chemistry guys wouldn't sound so smart, and so they called it saponification. Because it means to saponify. And we have saponify.
I've never saponified before. I feel mighty good about that.
We have saponified. All All right, you are bona fide because you have
That's a
some
mighty
fun.
fine word.
All right, and last but not least, our gritty green.
Yeah.
Okay, let me clean all of the thick stuff off the spoon and we'll get that all mixed in to the slime monster down below. So let's move this down here and give it a good whip.
Groovy.
Right? Feeling groovy. Ooh, I made a mess.
I was waiting on that to happen.
But it happened here and not over there.
There you go. But
Okay.
that's the first mess we've had today.
It really is. On
That's
camera.
pretty good odds.
With the camera turned on. But we didn't have a volcano, so I didn't get to show you that.
No, I'm happy about that. That scared me just a little bit. The possibility of a volcano scared me.
It can get ugly. Okay.
Okay.
So we're gonna bang it down. Let's try and get any air bubbles out. See, like that one right there.
Uh-huh.
So we're gonna try and get all the air bubbles
I do that to
out.
my cakes. All one time a year I cook one.
All one time a year. Okay, so now I'm gonna come over here and I'm gonna grab a chopstick.
You know, just standing here looking at this, if you didn't know that was soap, it just kind of looks a little nasty.
It almost does, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So we're gonna take chopstick and we're gonna swirl it. And we're gonna bring the purple up from the bottom and bring that green up from the middle and the white up from the bottom. Okay.
Look at you.
Then I'm gonna twirl this around and I'm gonna do it white up from the bottom and put the purple in there. See, the purple and the green and the white are all swirled.
Now, why doesn't that just mix together so that you just have a big brown blob then?
Well, because it's thicker than water.
Okay.
And it's been gelled. It's
Okay.
gone to that stage where it looked like Vaseline. So it doesn't want to swirl all together and become one big muddy color.
Okay.
It wants to stay this, well, gelatinous, what do we call it? Gloop. Right? Because it's soap. All right. So let's clean that off. We've got a bit of a swirly going on here. I'm going to clean off the edge. I'm going to do it holding the chopstick the correct way. There we go. So I'm going to run this around the edge. Now, hot processed soap is more rustic than cold processed soap. It looks like old-fashioned soap, you know, except with some bright neon green in it. So it's not, it has a bit of a translucent look to it, and it's not opaque like a cold processed soap. It has more oils in it, so it's a little bit softer to the touch. All right, so I think before I mess this up too much, I'm gonna just swirl and give it some little whoop-de-doops.
Whoop-de-doo.
Whoop-de-doops. All right, and then what we're gonna do is we're just gonna put this to bed for the night.
Okay.
Okay, and we'll let the Vagabond soap sit overnight, finish going through its process, and it'll solidify enough that we'll be able to cut this into bars before you have to take off and get back on
Yay.
tour.
Sounds good.
All right.
This has been so
Put
much
that on
fun.
top. So we're gonna turn the camera off for the night.
Now we're going to turn the camera angle up first.
Turn it up.
Yeah.
Okay, and we'll meet you down here.
Okay.
Okay.
Now, last one. The last lips
Yep.
of the night. We had 3 colors of the soap. We have 3 lipsticks. First we had the purple for the lavender.
Yep.
Then we had the green
Yep.
for the slime. And,
For the slime.
and now we have this. I don't have glitter lipstick. I apologize.
But it's
So I
very
just-
shiny.
I just did some white with a little bit of pink gloss overlay, and it's a little bit
yeah.
glittery shiny. So
very
you
shiny.
need to comment on this video when you see it and let us know which of the 3 lipsticks you liked better.
And they have to be her lipsticks because I'm not wearing any. All right, y'all, we'll see you in the morning-ish tomorrow sometime. And we will cut this soap into bars and send some off on tour with Nu-Blu and Carolyn.
This is so exciting.
Good night. Good night,
night.
soap. Good night, soap.
You be good.
Hey,
We're back.
We're back. It's the next day, and this soap has been sitting for about 18 hours, and it's time to cut it. So, we're going to get you cut.
The soap.
Okay, so let's get this soap cut. This is my favorite part of soap making after designing, smelling, coloring, you know. Okay, because
You get to see what it really looks like on the inside.
Exactly. I know what I think it should look like, but it's always a surprise, and every bar is different.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Are you ready? Let's take the ugly piece off. And we got chunks of color.
Yay!
But look at this.
Chunkies are good.
Can we see this in the light? Can you see how the clear part is sparkly? Because we put that fairy dust in there.
Yes.
All right. So let's set that over, and we'll add that to the uglies.
Okay.
Okay, and we'll slide this over.
I like the way you marked the board, so you
Yep.
can tell exactly where your cuts are going to be.
Exactly. So it depends on which mold the soap was made in, which line I go to.
Okay, that makes good sense.
Because I like to have about 5 to 6 ounces for my bars.
Ooh, can you see that?
They can see this part of it.
Okay, but look, this part's better because it's already cut off. Ooh.
Okay.
Do we sit this up or lay it down?
Let's sit it up.
Okay.
All right.
Sit it up.
Oops. So let's clean the string off. You know this is just a cheese cutter, right? But it makes a great soap cutter. Okay, so let's see what the next one looks like. Ta-da!
All right. See, that's something else really special about the soap is that no two bars are exactly alike.
They are not.
Every bar is an original creation.
Yep. Every single one of them. Unless, of course, you make it to be exactly alike.
Well.
Like Sunshine and Roses, right?
Okay.
Every one of them has a nice straight layer.
Oop. There you go. I was just a little bit off.
Actually, now it's a little bit off.
Over there. Look, it's not straight
I
on
know,
that
but
line.
it's straight on this line over here.
Your lines are not straight.
They are.
We're crooked.
We're crooked. Exactly. All right. Ooh.
Beautiful.
So as I continue to cut this.
Those colors turned out really pretty together.
They did. You didn't think they were going to, did you?
Well, I did because I picked the colors, but then when we started making them and you just see the top and I'm like, maybe that was a bad choice, but it really is pretty, all swirled up in the soap.
It is pretty. Okay, so I'm going to keep cutting and we're going to keep looking at all the surprises. But, so you are a touring musician.
Yes, I am.
You've been doing this a while.
We've been doing this since 2003. So we're going on 16 years now.
See, I've only known you for the last 4 years.
Just keeps getting better, doesn't it?
It does. It does. All right. So what's the best part of touring?
The best part of touring is getting to meet new people and make new friends. And then come and hang out.
Like we did.
Yeah. That really is the best part of touring. I love the music and I love the travel and seeing all the sights, but at the end of the day, the very best part is the new friendships that you build.
Well, I kind of like that part too. Because we have been able to build a friendship, even though, I haven't seen you since
Last August?
August.
Yeah.
But you know what? I've seen you more often than I've seen my family in Canada or, my best friends elsewhere. 'Cause I have more than one best friend. Ooh, look at that. Look at that tail on that one. So, yeah, I like the touring. I would like to be touring.
Yeah.
I'd like to travel, but TJ's not so good at traveling.
A lot of people aren't. It's it sort of becomes a lifestyle, and it's one that you either love or you hate. Mm-hmm. It and I don't mean to say we're special, but it does take a special mindset and just a special demeanor to travel as much as we do.
Yes. So, for me, I love to drive and I love to see new things and see the sights and go places that I've only read about in books or heard about, or seen on TV. Like your upcoming Alaska tour. God, I would love to go to Alaska.
Everybody should come to Alaska with us. It's September the 3rd till 7 days later.
Check nu-blu.com for more details.
nu-blu.com.
Yes.
Or you can go to Bluegrass, or is it Blue Water? I think it's bluegrassbluewatercruise.com.
I'll put all the links in the description box below.
That's great. You can get all the information. You can link to that from the Nu-Blu, Facebook page. Makes it really easy, or you can link to it through the Nu-Blu website. And if you go to Bluegrass Blue Water Cruise, I know that's it, .com, then you can sign up. You can do all the paperwork and get signed up for the cruise and be on your way with us. We're really looking forward to that one. That's kind of our bucket list.
We'll be up
cruise.
through
There's a lot
Glacier
of
Bay.
people. And we've got 5 ports of call. And I'm told that September, when we're going, is one of the best chances, or one of the best times of year for an opportunity to see not only the whales, but also the northern lights.
Yes.
So we're crossing our fingers and holding our breath that we may get to see the northern light. I'd love to see the whales, but I have been to the big controversial place, SeaWorld, in years before. So I've seen whales in person, but I've never seen the northern lights, and I think that would just be incredible. Incredible.
I'm trying to back it up so we can both get in there.
It's so pretty, the purple and the green and the sparkle.
Exactly. So, go down just a little bit more.
Oh, down just a
There we
little
go.
bit.
The reason is because when
I
I
want
go
everybody to
to
see my messed up hair this morning.
that's okay. When I edit this video, the top part of that's going to be cut off anyway.
you won't see my bedhead hair.
No, or mine. So yeah, going on a cruise in Alaska is something that I always wanted to do, and if there was any way I could swing it this year, I'd be going.
Maybe we'll
but
do it again just for you.
maybe.
That would be fun. I'll
Can you
take you to
imagine?
Alaska. You take me to Canada.
All right, deal. Because I've seen the Northern Lights when I lived in Newfoundland, and they're gorgeous. It is something not to be missed.
I'm jealous now.
Okay. All right. Well, Carolyn and Nu-Blu are getting ready to pull out and head on out to the next stop on their tour.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna miss her. They've been here
I'm
a
gonna
couple
miss
days,
you
and
too. I don't want to go. I wonder if I can call out sick.
I don't think so. You're
don't
the
think
lead
so
singer. I don't think they can do it without you.
It is nice to know that I would be missed.
You would be missed. It could not happen without you. So thanks for tagging along. Thanks for watching as we make Vagabond, which is what we're going to name this batch of soap.
Yay! Which is after my CD, Vagabonds.
Exactly. Which is right here that you can purchase at nu-blu.com.
.com.
Or contact me, because this is unopened and I have a couple extras.
Or you can get it digitally on iTunes, Amazon. You can listen to it on Spotify. Just all those digital platforms it's on.
Yeah.
So just look for it.
Thank you so much for hanging
Thank
out with
you.
me and for
It's
making
so
this
much
so.
fun.
Thank you. And we will see you all later. Bye.
Bye.